Hey, good afternoon, caller. You're on the air with Steve.
Yes, this is Ed from Needles.
Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Good. I have to disagree with Tony and probably you too if you agreed with what he said. Because it's going to be a lot more expensive for the tax. You know, a lot of these babies are from poor women, welfare women even. And so if you're not going to pay for the abortion, then you're going to have to pay a lot more money. They say it costs $1 million to raise a child from baby to adulthood.
It's up to that much now? God, when I had my children, it was like $180,000, and that was back in the early 80s.
Great guy. Listen, this guy Steve is awesome.
Yeah, now it's like $1 million. So
I'm actually going to call in and be polite. He's a really good guy. I love the show.
$2,500 for an abortion or $1,500 for abortion, or they want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these welfare babies, raising them up. And quite frankly, I'm against abortion anyways. I'm against abortion.
After this call, I'm going to try to give a call in.
But if you're gonna have it
legal
legal,
Latino Heat, Streamlabs,
just to save tax money. That's what it's about. To save tax money, you're spending a lot more money raising these babies than you are not raising them.
Oh yeah, you know, once a woman goes on welfare, she's got food stamps and Medi-Cal and housing, and you know, on and on the list goes. They're pulling down roughly $2,000 a month in benefits, far more than we're getting.
All right, before I call, I want to make sure.
Yeah, here's what I have a kind of a unchristian viewpoint that most Republicans would disagree with.
Can't hear me?
Maybe some Democrats, with both parties would disagree with my position on this. Here's what everybody would disagree with it, except for me.
But you guys could hear me if I lowered the station. You guys could hear me, right? And if I put it up, you can't hear me.
Here's what they should do. I think any abortion.
I just want to make sure you can hear my voice and the thing when I move it around.
Killing a baby is murder.
Yeah, okay.
That's my opinion.
Cool.
But
if you follow the guy,
as long as you guys can hear me, I'll play around with the volume. So check. I'm gonna put the link on the stream down, so you guys can listen to on the side, in case I bring it down. We're gonna have some fun today, folks. We're gonna have fun. This guy is cool, respectful. Good guy. I think it's 855-858-9134. I'm gonna call in and I'm gonna have a conversation with him. He's a good guy. I like this show. So they're talking about abortions. And
it's okay then, but most of these babies they don't even they've already turned into a fetus probably before they've aborted them.
Also, I gotta add, I think Pigeon for Trump is gonna be on the show later on. But you know, Legal Latino, he gotta put in his words in the first hour, because that's what the people are tuning in to listen to. Legal Latino Heat on K2OX. I sound like a radio guy? I don't know. I'm practicing.
I know you're not going to agree with this. Conservatives don't like this viewpoint, but this is my viewpoint. I think they ought to give condoms to anybody that wants them, birth controls to anybody that wants them, the day after pill to anybody that wants them if they can't afford them, so that they never get pregnant in the first place.
You know, I don't find a problem with that. You know, when I was a teenager, back in the 70s, it was hard to get condoms. They were behind the counter at the drugstore. The drugstore guy behind the counter didn't want to give them to you because you were a teenager. And the only other choice you had was to find a Planned Parenthood. Now, I got to tell you, as a teenage boy, I enjoyed sex, okay? And I took every precaution I possibly could not to produce a baby. And what we had available in those days was nothing more than condom and foam. But at least Planned Parenthood would supply those.
Well, I think they should provide them free to anybody that can't afford them. Birth controls, condoms, and the day after pill. If they get pregnant, you can take a day after pill, and then you won't be pregnant. So they should provide those free for anybody that can't afford to pay for them. That's probably. Plus, it would, with the condoms, it would prevent the spread of all kinds of STDs, and we wouldn't be killing babies, which most of these mothers probably wait till it's a fetus past the embryo stage before they have it aborted. So there wouldn't be murder of these babies, or there wouldn't be a huge expense of raising the babies up to adulthood.
Yeah, you know, I was, as a teenager, I was very sexually active. I was just that kind of boy. And I never got a girl pregnant until I married Darlene and her and I decided to start a family. Up until that point, I took every precaution there was because no, I didn't want to be responsible for another life. I wasn't ready to be a father. I was still a boy and I was still exploring the world. And, you know, today's kids, man, I don't understand it. With all the availability of condoms, you can get them at 7-Elevens now, Planned Parenthood, whatever. And I don't understand why young people are so irresponsible about themselves when it comes to sex.
Well, they're not cheap, because if you go into a store, a decent quality condom, for like 10 of them, it's like $15 or something. I mean, they're not cheap.
They weren't cheap when I was in junior high school either. Three Trojans would cost you $1.25, and that was back in '72. So they weren't cheap then. You know,
so so my point is, a lot of young people cannot afford them,
and they're available.
I think we ought to make them available so that it stops the spread of STDs, keeps people from getting pregnant, so we don't murder babies. It keeps the taxpayers from raising a baby from childhood to adulthood, and people that would be against what I'm saying are the fundamentalist Christians and fundamentalists of religions that think that everybody's supposed to stay celibate until they're married, and then finally have sex.
That doesn't work.
And the divorce rate among Christians, even evangelicals, is just the same as it is among atheists and the rest of the population.
Yeah.
So that's the stats on that. So those people basically are hypocrites as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you know what? I'm extremely against divorce. I took a vow to cherish and to love my wife till death do I part. Now, I got to tell you, there are times I want to take that girl out back and just beat her into a bloody pulp, okay? Never put a hand on her in my life. But marriage is hard. Marriage is work. And it takes courage to work your way through your problems. But you know, when I die, I intend to die in her arms, or she's going to die in mine, one way or the other. But we're together for life because I made that commitment. You know?
Okay, well, I gave you my opinion. That's okay. You sound like you agree with me.
Well, yeah, I do. To a standpoint, I do. We should do everything we can to prevent unwanted pregnancy, especially among young people. And it, like I said, it annoys the hell out of me when I realize how irresponsible young people can be about their sexuality.
Okay, thanks. I'll let somebody else call.
Hey, thanks for the call, Ed. Anyway, let me continue on with my story. Now, the young man in question, he was just a little over 16, and he was saving money up to buy himself a car. Well, when he found out the girl was pregnant, he put his money together through a friend of a friend of a friend. They found somebody that would do an abortion. He paid for it. Okay. After the abortion, she complained about being in pain. She ended up getting a terrible infection, and 3 weeks later, her parents were burying her. Okay? This is why I support abortion. Keep it legal, keep it safe, and keep it sane. I've got another call. Let me see what we've got here. Hey, good afternoon. You're on the air with Steve.
Hey, what's up, Steve? Legal Latino Heat.
Hey, Robert, how are you?
Good. Steve, man, you're a fresher breath of air with your opinion, because this whole week everybody's talking about abortion. Or some people will call you a liberal with the stuff you just finished saying. But I got to agree with you. I'm going to be that third call in a row agreeing with you. You know, I'm 34 years old. I'm single. And the one thing you said, you cherish marriage. I've never been married. As a Latino, I'm 34 years old with no kids and never been married. I should have had 10 kids by now. I should have been married, 2 times by now?
Well, not to make you feel better, I'm 62. I've only got 3. You got to draw the line somewhere.
But like one thing my mom told me, like when I started becoming active, because that's what young kids are doing now. We can't turn a blind eye to that. She told me one piece of advice. If you ever come home with a pregnant woman, I'm kicking you out the house. And I said, I'm not getting any woman pregnant. I'm buying condoms, because what kids do nowadays, they get pregnant. Guess who's going to take care of the kids?
Yeah. Well, grandma. Can you imagine how hard it was as a teenage boy in the early 70s to get my hands on a condom? They were behind the counter. I had to go to the druggist, and the druggist didn't want to sell them to me because I'm 14 years old. Well, hey, guess what, Mr. Druggist? Would you rather me knock your daughter up? I told the druggist that one time. He threw the condoms at me, told me to get the hell out of his store. But I was raised to take responsibility for myself. My dad died when I was 10, and it was up to me to get everything in life I wanted. And when I got sexually active, which was about 14 years old, I realized I had to take responsibility for those actions. I didn't want to get a girl pregnant. And the story that I just told, she was really a nice kid. She was a friend of mine. She was older than me, but we were friends. And I was crushed when she died. And she died because she had a back alley abortion. Had abortion been legal, she'd have gone to a hospital, it had been done properly, and she'd be a grandmother today.
Like you have common sense. We can't be no, and we gotta, like you said, draw a line. We gotta come to an agreement on something. One of the callers said, like, us paying for abortions, that's something that people take advantage of. Like, if it's an emergency, okay, but if we have to keep paying, some people go every month.
Yeah, I know.
Sexually active.
And there's something wrong with that. You do not use abortion as birth control. I knew a woman that used to do that. She ended up barren. And then she was all butthurt because she couldn't have children. Well, she did it to herself.
I'll be honest. There's been mistakes. I've been, through that abortion stuff, but then, could you imagine getting a bipolar chick or a crazy woman pregnant and then having to raise a kid in a dysfunctional household?
Oh, God, no.
Like sometimes you go to Walmart and you see these kids and you're like, damn, when they grow up, they have no chance in this world. Because look at their parents. Well, they're single parents, but they have no chance in this. We got to keep it real. See, I got to admit, you keep it real. You're not like, okay, go ahead.
It's like this. I call myself a conservative, okay? But the way I understand conservatism is you have to be able to look at both sides of an issue. You have to be able to come up with an understanding that falls somewhere more in the center than far right or far left. And so many conservatives today have gotten as polarized on the issue of abortion as liberals have gotten polarized on everything else on the left. And it's insanity. We can't accomplish anything like this.
We're never like the Republicans' job is to always go up against the Democrats. The Democrats' job is to go against the Republicans. We can never have these conversations like we're having right now. Like somebody will call, "Oh, you're not a real conservative because you support abortion," and that's what people are drawing the line now. And it's very divisive, everything that's going on, and that's why I'm hearing you talk about this in a different way than we all been hearing it for the past 5 days. It's nice, man. It's a breath of fresh breath of air.
Well, like I said, I had some conversations with some friends of mine this week that actually got upset with me when they realized what my stance on abortion was. And I still have asked a question that has not been answered. What did Roe v. Wade say about abortion? Abortion is not unlimited. Just like when Heller was passed down, okay, the right to a gun is not unlimited. Roe v. Wade took 2 years to decide. And what they came up with, going through scientific evidence, historical evidence, and medical evidence, was that as long as it was done within the first trimester, in other words, while it is still an embryo, that abortion was legal. That anything else after that was up to the states and the state's interest in protecting the health of the mother or protecting the health of the fetus. That's what Roe v. Wade says. Now, does that sound unreasonable?
That sounds. You just explained it to me, like comments, like 3 months. It's that's why we have to we have to come to a middle. It wasn't. That's what Roe v. Wade was, correct?
Yeah. Exactly. Roe v. Wade, basically it was this. In the first trimester, it is legal. Anything after that is up to the states. In other words,
New York just went 9 months, correct?
Yeah, I think New York and a couple other states, you can kill the baby right after birth, and that's ridiculous. That's criminal.
Yeah.
But during that first trimester, we're not talking about a fetus. We're talking about an embryo, something that resembles a pollywog.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea that life begins at conception is more theological than it is scientific. Anyway, Robert, I'm going to let you go because I've got other lines lighting up here.
Not a problem, Steve. You're the man. Keep it up, man.
Take care. Thanks for the call. Hey, good afternoon. You're on the air with Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. The reason why I'm calling is because the caller articulated, that it's not really a black and white issue as far as on the Republican side, the abortion issue. But, there's the far right wingers that, are in charge of policy in states that aren't even in Arizona or California. Well, maybe in Arizona. Who knows? I don't know
I don't know too much about this abortion stuff. I don't know too much about Roe v. Wade. That's why I asked him to explain it to me. I'm not going to act like I know it all. I'm not
the state government in Arizona.
I just see everybody talking about this now. So
seriously, join Alabama and Missouri or something like this to, really provoke a stir as far as policy change. So.
Hear me?
That's what the Democrats are going to try to do. I think that the policy or their one of their attack is, the crazy Republicans are going to take your women's rights away, and it's a very effective message. And unfortunately, the politics of the day, the Republicans are going to make every.
Guys, can hear me now? I hope you guys can hear me now. Let me put this louder. I don't know what's going on with my mic. I think I know what's going on with my mic. I'm going to have to fix it. Let's put the show on while I fix my mic.
You're a lunatic, okay? The Democrats, the liberals, want to be able to abort a child at birth. That's murder. That's totally insane. The Republican side wants to put a complete end to abortion, which I think is also insane. And in doing so, they chase off women voters, which is really crazy because we need all the voters we can get.
But, you just kind of supported the whole thing as
there
far
we go.
as my
now you guys
here.
can hear me,
I don't
right?
think it's right for you to say that all Democrats want to
I apologize,
kill
guys,
children
for
after they're
stuff.
born. That's
I think now
Alex
it's better.
Jones ridiculous,
right,
man.
Here we go.
Well, it's the platform.
Okay.
Intellectually dishonest.
It's
okay?
the platform.
I'm a Democrat, and I
apologize, guys.
What platform are you talking about?
I'm talking about the platform that the Democrats have put forth. The Democrats have put forth this idea of infanticide.
Dishonest.
No, that's not being dishonest. What that's saying is that the Democrats have put forth this crazy idea of infanticide, and that's murder. Some kind of reasonable conversation on whether we should maybe have it just in the first trimester and that's it. That's a reasonable conversation. But when you say that as soon as that child is born, we should murder it, that's getting too far to the left. And that's what the Democrats have put forth.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and find the language and read it to everyone on the air instead of just going off on this Alex Jones.
No, actually, I'm going off. Actually, what I'm going from.
What are you going off on?
Let's see. There was a news story in the news about 3 weeks ago.
It's a news story that you're regurgitating. It's nothing that you actually read on Democrat policy.
It was something that a Democrat said he was in favor of. It was something a Democrat said he was in favor of. It was the governor. God, I'm trying to say I'm trying to remember what state it was. He was the governor of that state, and he was supporting infanticide.
A Democrat said it, so therefore it's all Democrats support the policy. See, it's so ridiculous.
Well, what do
saying.
you support? What do you support? I support abortion. I support abortion with limits. What do you support?
I'm with you. Okay, I'm not for the nonsense that the Governor Shoe Polish was saying in Virginia. I don't even know what that is. I hope to God that was taken out of context or whatever. But that if the child they're contemplating terminating the life after the kid's born, to me that's murder.
It is murder.
I'm a Democrat. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't remember signing off on any kind of platform that supports baby killing, okay? So maybe if you can go ahead and actually find a political platform that says we support, killing children, then I will leave the Democratic Party, okay?
Well, what about the fight for late-term abortion? Now, here is really an ugly thing, late-term abortion, because now we've got a fully formed fetus, and we're talking about removing it in bits and pieces. That's gruesome. I can't support that. And that very first...
Well, that sounds like a Republican policy where everything in this world is for sale. That's what that sounds like. It sounds like a black capitalist type of endeavor where we can go ahead and harvest...
no, you do not have fans on the radio waiting to come
evil
on.
Capitalist to me.
It could very well be.
I'm here to talk
but whatever
to Steve,
the case, I don't support that unless it's an extreme case, like the fetus is in really bad shape, or it's going to have bad effect on the mother when it's delivered. Then yeah, I can see that. But just as a matter of practice, I firmly believe that if you can't figure it out in that first trimester, that first 12 weeks, hey, you're going to have a baby. Forgive me. That's where I stand on it. I believe in the first trimester, it's perfectly okay. And after that, we're starting to get into life. But that makes sense to you.
Well, that makes sense. But, and another thing is, I feel kind of funny here even having a conversation because I don't have a vagina. I don't know if you caught that or not. But
I assume that by the tone of your voice.
Yeah,
I don't have a vagina. I don't have a vagina either, but the woman I've been with for the last 40 years does.
And I don't have ovaries, so I have a nice pair of testicles.
Check out my other gaming channel.
And that's where I'm going to leave the call and let the listeners go off on that imagination trail.
Well, hey, thank you for the call and the argument. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
That was a good call. I like that argument.
Hey, caller, you're on the air with Steve.
Yeah. That buffalo breath from Seattle, Why don't he straighten out Seattle, and then he could come down here and straighten out Arizona, Why does he zooming in on Arizona when Seattle's gone down the tubes?
Oh, Seattle's just absolute honeypot.
That's where he's from, Seattle, that buffalo breath. He's trying to change the world, but the world he's living in is garbage.
Well, I lived up in Bellingham, Washington, while I went to school. And I used to go down to Seattle every now and then. It was a beautiful little city. I used to love going down.
It used to be a beautiful city, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love going down to the waterfront and the fish restaurants and stuff. And now I see pictures of Seattle. I wouldn't want to go there for anything. Of course, neither would I want to go back.
It does take two. And that's why when I take the call,
I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's just a disgrace what's going on.
It's amazing.
These people.
You got to either be pro-choice or pro-choice or anti-abortion. You can't be like Steve.
These cities are liberal cities, and look what they're turning into.
I know.
Now, I'm amazed I've gotten as many phone calls on this as I have,
Yeah,
and I'm even more amazed that I haven't gotten flamed for what I've been saying. But
no, because Steve is doing common sense.
I believe there needs to be some middle ground so we can work problems out, rather than just I'm on this side of the room, you're on that side of the room. To heck with you.
Yeah, I know. It's really a disgrace, is what it is.
Yeah.
We got people calling in from other states telling us how to run our state when their state has gone down the tubes.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like all the illegals coming over here trying to tell us how to run our country. Why don't they just stay there and run their country? I don't know.
Well, in my next hour, I've got Paloma on the air.
That's what we're here for.
Hopefully, she'll give us a little bit more insight as to the other side of the border. Anyway,
all right.
I'm going to let you go because I'm way past taking a break here. So thanks for the call.
All right, thank you.
And let's see here. I love this song. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right. While Steve goes on break, I'll keep you guys company. Check out my other channel, Legal Latino Gaming. I just do gaming there. But if anything should happen to my channel, just have my backup. Guys, somebody's coming on at 4, guys, in 20 minutes, guys. So just check out my other channel, Legal Latino Gaming. That's my team, Legal Latino Heat. Right there. You guys gonna check that out. I'm trying to win this game over here against the Astros. You like my uniform? My uniform is yellow. It got the legal across the jerseys. I did that little logo with the front, with the frames, with the flames. Look at my uniform. You think I'm a good fashionista with the uniform? Look at yellow. 20 more minutes, guys. Okay, guys. Guys. I got tired. Oh, fuck. No. Why did he just fall like that? Look how he fell. Oh, man. So we're waiting for Steve to come back on the radio. He's taking a break. Check out my Legal Latino Gamings. Oh, come on. All right, jeez. All right, you guys. Guys, I gotta go to the bullpen, guys. I'm going to the bullpen. Kirby Yates is on fire. Sean Doolittle. Let's go, Sean Doolittle. All right, let's see what Sean Doolittle is gonna do. Let me see if Steve is back. My man, Steve.
Content of the Senate. It's going to determine the content of the Congress, and it's going to determine who is in the White House. Do we want conservative Republicans in the Senate? Do we want conservative Republicans in the House of Representatives? Do we want a conservative Republican in the White House? I think the answer to those questions is yes. And the more we move to the right on abortion, the more women we chase away. And women vote. They vote in blocks. And it's just absolutely foolishness that we have moved so far right on this matter of abortion. It has been legal in this country since January 22nd of 1973. Think about that. 1973. How long ago was that? And we have had abortion in this country. Now,
50 years, 40 years.
What the Supreme Court said in a 7-2 decision was that in the first trimester, abortion shall be legal. In the first trimester, abortion shall be legal. It goes on to say that in the second trimester, it becomes a matter of states' rights. At that point, it is up to the state's interest in protecting the health of the mother or the health of the fetus. Now, I don't see anything unreasonable in that holding. I've read a lot of holdings over the years, and that was one of the most reasonable ones I ever read because it recognized states' rights in the issue.
Was not a
it also legalized once and for all.
Yeah, like
abortion.
Jimmy Dore.
Now, no,
I listen to Jimmy Dore.
That abortion should be used like birth control. No, I don't think it's right to start thinking about abortion in the second or third trimester. I'm certainly not in favor of killing a baby at birth. That's murder. That should come with a prison sentence. But in that first trimester, we're talking about an embryo, not a fetus. We're talking about something that looks like a pollywog if you've taken biology in high school or a little bit of science in college.
Isn't a pollywog a Pokemon?
I'm talking about.
Isn't that a Pokemon? Poliwag?
And on that standpoint, we need to have some middle ground. We conservatives have to realize that we're damaging ourselves by being so far to the right on this one subject. Oh, there's many subjects out there.
Baby.
I'm very much to the right on. Build the gosh darn wall already. Bring out the militia to protect our borders. let's do something with the crime and the filth that's littering the streets of some of our better cities, or at least what were our better cities. These things I'm very, very much on the right on. But this one subject, I cut down the center. And I have personal reasons. I have, like I said, since 1973, I have been in support of this one matter 100%. And I haven't wavered in that in all these many years.
Pollywag.
Let's see, how old was I in
As a
1973?
Pokemon.
I think I was 16.
Look,
so here I am 62, and I still, to this day, believe that abortion should be kept legal and unfeathered by any laws that would prevent it. Anyway, let me get to the phones here. Hey, good afternoon. You're on the air with Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
A couple things. Okay, a couple things.
Go ahead.
Boy. I'm going to refrain from using the adjectives I wanted to throw around.
Well, that's okay. I got a big red button.
Yeah, no. I wasn't going to be. I wasn't going to be vile. I was going to be descriptive, but I decided I'd rather be have an honest conversation without throwing a bunch of words around. Okay.
Well, I appreciate that.
See, a Pokemon. Pollywag is a Pokemon. So it looks like a Pokemon?
Well,
see, Pollywag.
Reason why the right for a woman to have an abortion.
It started.
That's how it looks like?
In the 1960s.
Pollywag.
God, I can't remember her real name.
I'll simplify it. Bottom line is privacy.
Well,
that woman has a right to have her medical records only as subject between her and her doctor.
Well, that was the basis of which they found in their holdings. When they first started working on Roe v. Wade, when they first started working, the first thing they were working was off the premise of the Ninth Amendment.
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but I only got so much time. Let me get to my points.
Okay.
Thank you. It's funny. Tony says can't have somebody calling from Washington down. This is a nationwide thing. We're all citizens of this country, right? And the radio goes everywhere.
Yes,
Tony. And everyone can. You can call into to DC. It doesn't matter.
This is why we have the internet on this station.
Exactly. And my friend, the doctor, the governor in Virginia.
Yeah.
That got the thing about killing the baby after it was born. This is also why there's...
Get to your point.
Babies die in the womb.
Oh, it's fucking
yes, they do.
It happens. The number one provider of abortion is God. Right?
Yep.
No,
all right, caller. Let me take the next caller.
The doctor and the governor in...
Caller sucks, man.
In Virginia... He was an OBGYN.
Maybe I should have called now, but nah.
The woman who had the baby, she wanted the baby. I mean, no one carries a baby to 9 months.
Look how great this first hour of the Steve Daughtry show has been pretty good. Wait till the shit show begins in the next hour.
And then say, I'm done with it.
If you guys want to call in the next hour, the phone number is 855.
Her child. The child died.
858.
And they were in the third.
Just be respectful to Steve. Be respectful to Steve.
Decided that,
that's all I'm going to say. Just be respectful to Steve.
Yes, it'll live. We'll just give birth to the baby.
You can ask the pigeon
questions. The baby
questions.
is going to die. It'll last maybe a day outside the room. That's when he said, we'll birth the baby and we'll keep it comfortable. And Alex Jones and everybody, they're killing them. It was a very unique situation.
Abortions are turning the frogs gay.
You and I both hate the word, what's implied by the word stereotype. All Jews are this. All blacks are that. I mean, right?
Because they're not.
Right.
It's just like all conservatives are this, all conservatives are that. Well, I'm kind of a strange conservative.
Strange conservative.
Well, one thing, you're real guilty of all Democrats are all liberals. But, Steve, you cannot use the word conservative no more. You're a Trumper.
Okay.
That's not conservative.
Well, actually, even worse than that, I'm a deplorable.
All right. Thanks for letting me talk.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, hey, thank you for the call. You take care. Bye-bye. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, this one subject really, really raises a lot of controversy back and forth.
It does.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't call Democrats liberals because maybe all Democrats aren't liberals. There's still a few Democrats out there who haven't yet lost their minds and become crazy. However, there's so many liberals out there that call themselves Democrats that are crazy, it's hard to separate sometimes. Oh, we've got another call. Hey, I might as well get to it. We're getting near the end of the show here. Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
The only time abortion should be legal.
People really sound like this. I think they're
lady
prank
that's
calls.
having the abortion is a Democrat.
Well, yeah, but see, there's a problem with that. Now, the woman that's a Democrat has the baby. The baby grows up and becomes a rebellious teenager, and by the time it's old enough to vote, it registers Republican. Now we've lost a voter.
Yeah, but usually
What's up,
if they're a
Spiculous?
Democrat. Because I was
bird watching, 4
I was
o'clock.
raised in Philadelphia, Italian
Already called
neighborhood.
in,
My
folks.
father
Already
was
called
a
in the
true
show.
Democrat, so I ended up being a Democrat, and I hate Democrats.
Well, I will tell you what. I grew up in San Francisco in an Italian neighborhood. My parents were Italian. My father
Game
was
over.
a
I
machinist.
win.
He was a Democrat. I grew up in a
up,
Democratic
Maurice?
household. And I was a conservative
Yeah.
Democrat
Legal Latino
until I left the Democratic Party after the communists started taking it over.
Yeah.
Now, that's a
Yeah,
hard
could
thing
be.
to be, a conservative Democrat. That's a big trick.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know,
You had it worse than me because you had all the gays chasing you around the house.
oh,
I
God,
didn't
you
have
know,
that problem. I had all the gangbangers chasing me.
yeah. Well, San Francisco was definitely a strange place in the early 70s. I can say
At
that.
4
I can't
o'clock,
believe what
Paloma
they
for
did to
Trump,
San
Pigeon for
Francisco.
Trump is going to be
That's a
calling the
shame. That
show.
was probably the most
I put
beautiful
the
city
number.
in
I
the
already
world.
called in the show.
Oh,
You guys
Now
want to call in?
it's a third
This is
world
there's
country.
the stream link.
You know, I remember as a kid going
put it
down
on
to
the
Market
chat.
Street, dressed in my Sunday
That's the links
best,
to the ching.
flower stands on the corners, everything smelled
waiting
like flowers,
for
everything
this
was
pigeon to
clean.
get on at 4.
Heck, even the cars
She gets
parked
triggered
on the
by the
street
calls
were
people
clean.
call, so
Okay,
if you guys
Now
wanna
look at
call
San
next
Francisco
hour,
and
I recommend it.
It looks like a third world country.
I know, it's a disgrace.
You guys want to know who's Paloma for Trump? Make sure you subscribe to Blues Dolls.
Well, this is what happens.
I've been there a couple of times. I was in the early 60s, but yeah, I tell you, there's no way I would go back there now.
Well, this is what happens when
Yeah.
liberals
And
take
for
over.
a lot of cities. I've been to St. Louis, Detroit, when they were hopping, and now they're all garbage cities.
Yeah, and they're all run by
they're all-
Democrats, and they're all absolutely
Yeah,
run by Democrats. You know,
Yeah.
there was
Anyway.
when I was a kid, there was a
So,
mayor, Joseph
before-
Alioto. Okay?
Before we get to,
I met Alioto. Every year he used to throw a block party.
All right, I'm gonna set up for the second hour. This pigeon is gonna be calling that show at 4 o'clock. Right. Let me just do a quick rundown on this shit. I've already beat the other game. We're done. Not distract. All right, let's do this, folks. Just run this down real quick. This Blues Dolls has been getting this pigeon trigger this week, and let's see. So this idiot thinks I already have fans on the radio. No, I gotta do her voice. Guys, no, that's Owen Benjamin. Guys, I already have fans on the radio waiting for me to come in. Emoji face, I love it. Don't forget to call in and show your support. This is the key word right here. Show your support for Legal Latino Heat, ladies and gentlemen. If you call in, be like, shout out to Legal. But how come you hang out with this neo-Nazi Joe Vival? And then you're gonna watch. What are you talking about? Then you're gonna be like, hey, I saw this documentary done by Blues Dolls, right? This is the documentary, folks. Make sure you watch this documentary. It's actual. This is like what's that romantic movie called? 50 Shades of Grey. Make sure you check this out. Subscribe. Like, we're gonna break this down before.
Show you guys where I'm at today. We've been yelling and build the wall.
This idiot, I'm tired of this idiot, this
or
Nazi.
more.
I'm done. There's nothing more of this. Like, Now, this grifter over here lies to her fans. And lying should not be tolerated, right?
This is what
I have reason to believe in evidence that neo-Nazi Jovi Val is over there in Mexico with Paloma, right? But yet she lies to her fans and tells them, "Oh no, Bruno, I don't support that." That's lying to your fans, and that makes you a piece of shit because you're a grifter. You will say anything and do anything to get donations. These are these people that put the Trump name on their fucking name to make money off boomers. QVC boomers, Home Shopping Network boomers that would, they got tired of buying stuff on the Home Shopping Network and just want to donate to patriotic, base Latinas. I don't do Trump videos. I lost a lot of subscribers. I don't care. I just want to do different things. But you also got to call out these grifters. Revenge of the Sis, great guys. Revenge of the Sis University, I say. I learned some of my skills, I guess. I take their pointers, man, and go with it. If you could say that, yeah, you could say that. And you do this with humor. So, what better way than humor than a parody?
This is what we're left with, right?
So you see here, not even the Mexicans want this neo-Nazi. They're already throwing Corona bottles at this neo-Nazi. Look at that. Take that, neo-Nazi. Get out of here. Here comes the pigeon, folks. Here comes the pigeon. Guys. 444. Look at this pigeon, folks, with her poofy jacket. You notice this pigeon always wears that poofy jacket? Amazing how Blues Dolls got that down with the poofy jacket. Look at that pigeon flying around. That's what pigeons do with her stupid sign. Of course, yours truly had that sign broken down and taken care of. That's yours truly right there. Legal Latino Heat taking out the trash. Hey!
Call the police. Please call the police.
Relax, pigeon. Somebody feed this pigeon some rice or some breadcrumbs. What do pigeons eat?
I don't care. It's only a rally. I'll be back by the next rally. And
Look how triggered this pigeon is.
They're telling her she cannot go live on my video. If anybody's there, can you get over to her? No, guys, I'm in Mexico City. I'm 3,000 miles away from her.
Guys.
They are telling her that she cannot go live. There is no page. Her name is Audrey Johnson Shepherd.
She just doxed her friend.
She's there trying to go split screen on my feed, and they won't allow her to. Guys, the American system was not built to live off of it. They claim they have rights to the city, and her link, it's Audrey Johnson Shepherd, guys.
She keeps saying her. I like this part. Look when she gets triggered right here.
Guys, they're sick in the head.
Guys, they're sick in the head.
They're trying to keep me away because they know that when I show up at events, I get.
Look, another one.
5 times as
Why are you obsessed with a pigeon? Because you got to call these grifters out.
You get so much time in jail. You could do this and you could do this. But I don't know because I've never been in jail. I've never committed crimes. I don't have any type of criminal background like they do.
Holy shit. Triggered. What's up, Revenge of the Sis? The greatest 2 motherfuckers on earth, man. Revenge of the Sis, man.
24/7, guys. And
check them out.
And they're harassing her when they don't even know her, guys.
So this pigeon is about to get on live. Let me see if she gotten on already.
And then they're trying to take away the Second Amendment rights.
All right, she's going to be on this show in about a few minutes. Right. I already called in. I already talked to Steve. Steve knows me. I'm going to call back in later. You know, I'm going to ask this pigeon because she's lying that neo-Nazi Jovi Val is in her house. Like,
do not know her. They do not know this lady, guys. I've called her. I'm going to show you the phone calls. I have called her 66 times.
66 times this fucking pigeon with her fucking poofy jacket. And see, so she's selling these maiden. Look at that. She's
all people.
Sitting down with this neo-Nazi having lasagna. Check out Blues Dolls. And then there's a part 2 now. Let me break this one down real quick.
Again, being American is understanding both cultures.
So this grifter goes around and collects dogs and cats like Pokemons. And some of these animals end up dying. Right?
2020 campaign. It's impossible with Bruce.
Bruce, while Jovi Val was doing the video,
That
Bruce
if
was
you have a
barking too.
message to send, that people know who you are.
He's moving the hand to shut up.
You know, fake account. That's fine.
Bruce! Hi, Kevin. My shades are right here. I've been busy all day, but it's kind of, it's night out, so I probably shouldn't put them on.
Poofy jacket.
He's been going through a lot of stuff, you know? I feel bad because I actually worked with him. Met him outside of Trump Tower.
This is how the love story began.
And I remember he
fell.
I was walking down the street and I see him, and I had already seen him on videos and stuff. And I see him and he's like, hey. And I was like, hey, because we already know each other from, you know, Facebook. We walked down to Rockefeller. We did a video, and he was at the time going out with some woman. So we went live together. The woman flipped out and everything else. I was like, who is this woman? He's like, oh, somebody I'm going out with. So then I never really talked to him because she was flipping out, you know. And I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what got into him in the last couple of months. And I wish him the best, you know. And it sucks that he's going through this. Jovi, he's been going through a lot of stuff. So it cannot be drugs or alcohol, because I know for a fact. I mean, I was with him for a month, and I pray for him. That's all I can tell you. And it just sucks. It sucks that he's going through this.
Pray for Jovi, guys.
Because the woman in San Diego are actually friends with his wife. You know, he has a beautiful wife.
Hey, J-Fa, we're watching a show here. Don't be rude. You're like yelling in the movie theater. We're trying to watch a show here. Look at me. I'm serving these idiots with subpoenas. They actually got served. They got to go to court, these idiots.
Because they're jealous of me and my passion and my work and the fact that...
As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you guys this post. Let me see. I think she took it down. I don't know. Hold on. That she's spending like $2,000 on transportation because she has all these lawsuits. I mean, you're a pigeon. You can fly around. Like, you don't need to take planes. I never seen a person that flies around much, because she's a pigeon. That's what pigeons do. They just fly around. Let me check in. It's 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Up to Little Rock and parts of southwestern Missouri. You can drive essentially.
All right, it's going to come on, folks. Let me finish the blues, though. Let's finish the blues, though.
Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera reports tomorrow severe weather will extend to the north and east.
Hey, Judge Legal, I want to put this into evidence. She just said the last time she saw Jovi Val was November of last year. I just want to put this into evidence. I have no proof of this, but I have reason to believe that Jovi Val, the neo-Nazi, is hiding in Mexico from a hate crime in New York City. I have no hard evidence, but if it comes to light that she's lying, she just lied to all her audience. That's all I want to say. Yep, that's it. That's what I want to point out. Like, if you're gonna get caught in this lie, you just lied to all of your 60,000 audience or whatever the hell people watch you. I'm putting the pieces together here, folks. Look.
Pissed off because I drank some expired milk because the stupid dates are different in Mexico. So they'll put the number of the date before the month. So I saw it say May 19th, and it actually meant May 2019 expired.
What a
May
dumbass! Like the guys in Mexico.
The U.S. has been long-standing.
But when you
he's been in Mexico for a week.
And people openly talking about
none of us agree with what he's doing.
Of war with Iran,
but the truth is we don't know what's going on inside of him.
It's quite extraordinary.
Bahrain is ordering all of its citizens to immediately leave Iran.
One day he will heal.
Amid rising tensions.
Pray for Jovi, folks.
Calling the situation in the region unstable.
Beginning of the Fash Bash, basically the pre-Fash Bash. So we're just getting started for the Friday festivals and Saturday night main event that we're going to have 420. And what did you say before? On 420, we're not going to get high together. We're going to be higher.
Between 2002 and 2016.
Look at this Nazi. Oh, yeah, this is the best part right here. Hold on.
Entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs
look at this. Two little Nazi babies. I with the glasses.
Potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in.
So President Trump will win again, right? But I don't want to be pregnant during the campaign because that'll be weird. Because, you know, when you're pregnant and you're, you know, things change and you get tired and, you know, a lot of things happen physically to your, you know, your feet get swollen and you know me and my heels, so I don't want to do all that. But So what I want to do is, so maybe I'll celebrate with a 2021 baby. How's that? Is that good enough? 2021 baby, okay? So it won't be a 2020 baby because of the campaign. It'll be too soon. You got to be pregnant for at least 8-9 months, right? So how about 2021 baby? How's that?
Yeah, because they're over there hanging out. They're hanging out together.
2494
Here
Highway
we go,
95.
folks. Let's get ready,
call
folks.
928
The number to call for the show.
The notorious serial killer Arsenic Annie used rat poison to do in her family. You're no Arsenic Annie, but you may be serving your own family a deadly poison every day. I'm Dr. Catherine Albrecht.
Yeah, she still has them. She still has them on.
Is watching you,
So she's lying that she's not hanging out with the neo-Nazis.
and creating a massive database
be straight
of
up,
your
be
personal
honest.
information. That's
So
creepy,
this is the
but
post
it doesn't
right here.
have to be that way. Startpage.com is the world's most private search engine. Startpage.com doesn't store your IP address, make a record of your searches, or use tracking
So a
cookies.
couple of
And they're
cons in San
third-party
Diego
certified.
have
If you
coordinated
don't
with our
like Big
crazy
Brother spying on you,
and
start
other
over
states to
with
file
Startpage.
frivolous
Great search
orders
results and
based
total
on
privacy.
BS, drama,
Startpage.com,
and
the world's
nonsense.
most private search engine.
Just like
It's
everything else they have
hydrogenated
done.
oil,
Hold
and
on,
it
let me lower
kills
this commercial.
50,000 people a year. It's made by attaching hydrogen atoms to liquid oils to make them creamy and solid at room temperature. But
Everything else I've done. It will cost me almost $2,000 to travel to these states over the next 2 weeks because I'll be damned if I let them slander me and try to affect simply by not showing up. Yup, spending money that I could put to good use for my message, my mission, anything, even my animal rescue, and that could do a lot for them. But just wait until this is all over and the lawsuits and the damages you will all have on you. Just wait. All because in the end, they cannot bother me with personal attacks, drama, gossip. The only way they could try to affect me is by misusing the legal system. But I will prove this all based on hate, jealousy, anger. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, no, she didn't. She pulled out the race card. Oh! She pulled out the race card.
Wind is from the southeast at 10 to 15.
Oh no.
Tonight, a few showers with a low in the
Pull out the race card. Yup, you should have heard them calling me a wetback a few days ago with people all around them with cameras watching on recorders on. So where's the proof then?
Clear with the low in the mid 50s. That's your tri-state
All right,
weather on K-Talk.
let's get ready, folks.
FM 104.1.
It's coming on. Oh, here we go, folks. Oh, let me lower that. I don't want a copyright strike. All right. If you guys have any questions you want me to ask, put it in the comment section. If you have a good question, I'll call in and ask it. What's up, Shakes? All right, we're going to get ready for the main event, folks. It's almost 4:20 on the West Coast, so we're going to have some fun right now, folks. I don't know if we're going to top last week, because last week was good and it was natural. I gotta see how I'm going to prepare this game plan. So let's see where it goes. Let's see where these conversations go. If you guys want to call in the show and ask the pigeon a question, there's the number, 855. Steve is going to say it soon. Steve is cool. This guy, Steve Daughtry, he's a good guy. Listen, be respectful. If you call in, he's very respectful, man. Let me lower this because I don't want to get a freaking copyright strike, man. Or one of those little, then I can't make money off this video. This is a Steve Daughtry show. Steve Daughtry. No, Daughtry or Daughtry. So he's cool. This guy is dope. He keeps it real. I like him. I actually called in last week and this week. Had a good conversation with him.
As the war machine keeps turning.
Oh my gosh, he keeps playing this music that I'm gonna get messed up. Yeah, IZ will strike me down. J-Fa, how am I getting you angry? What's wrong with you? Why are you angry? What's wrong with you? Like, there's no reason to be angry.
Have been a
Here we go.
PITA. P-I-A.
My man. Here we go, folks.
Ass. That's what they are. And they've been that way since the Shah. Okay? And that was our mistake. We should have never backed a government in a foreign country. This is what we get when we play God in foreign countries.
You're 2 seconds past
now
up.
They're
Get on that plane and come to Texas.
Shipping in the Persian Gulf. They're
Go ahead, J-Fa. Nobody banned J-Fa. Nobody mute her.
Threatening commercial shipping.
It's probably Joe Val.
They're threatening Israel. They're threatening everybody.
You gotta have a trigger monkey in the
I want to thank Hillary Clinton for making sure that the Iranians had all the
why you get so angry over why? Why do people get angry?
And I'd also like to
on
thank
YouTube?
Barack Obama for making sure that they had the money they needed
Getting
to
angry. What's wrong with you? It's
build
Saturday.
and buy the
Be
weapons
happy.
that they
Saturday
have
night.
today. I am eternally grateful
It's
to
about
you.
to be 4:20 on the Pacific
I hope
Coast.
that there is a special
Could be
place
at
in
the
hell for
beach
you,
if you're in
Mr.
California.
Obama. Anyway,
here we go.
We are going to have a guest here in a little while. We're going to have Paloma back on the air. She should be with us in about a minute or so. Meanwhile, let me get to this call here. Hey, good afternoon, caller. You're on the air with Steve.
Yes, this is Ed Neal. I'd like to finish up what I was saying.
Okay.
Okay, during the 70s and 80s, the factories that were leaving upstate New York where I'm from were moving to cheaper parts of the country where the labor was cheaper, mainly down south in the southern states where it was cheaper. And they've been doing that for the last 100 years. The textile industry did that in the 30s and 40s. They all moved down there. But it was with the free trade agreements, with the NAFTA agreement and the free trade agreement, the GATT agreement with China and Asia, that they didn't move from state to state. They moved out of the country. And Donald Trump, the reason why I like Donald Trump, he's reversing those free trade agreements. He's getting manufacturers to manufacture stuff here like they used to be, and he's protecting our borders. We can't have all these undocumented people that are dirt poor coming across the country. And basically, there's just not jobs for them. We don't have the jobs for them or anything. And
well,
they're just gonna,
it weakens our wages at the same time. It makes wages go down.
Wages, and they'll get a minimum wage job working in a restaurant. They'll have 5 babies. They'll get food stamps for all the babies. They'll get welfare, medical service for all the babies, schooling for all the babies, and they're working for minimum wage. But that doesn't cover the expense of their entire family that they have.
No.
And that's the deal with them.
Ed, do you remember the Zenith television company? We used to have Zenith televisions, one of the best televisions on the market. Their tagline was, "The quality goes in before the name goes on." And then they moved down to Mexico, and they were all assembled in Mexico. And it wasn't too many years after that the quality of Zenith was so bad it went out of business. You remember that?
I remember that. Zenith.
I don't remember. I just know Donald Trump, not only
Jay
is he
forgot
doing
to put
that.
the G at the end of your name.
Whoop. I am sorry, Ed. I accidentally cut you off. Paloma, good afternoon.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I just got done doing an hour on abortion and why we conservatives should try to move a little bit more to the center on that subject.
See what she said
I'm
about
amazed that the station didn't get blown up.
Well, you know, it only gets blown up when I'm on the air. You know how popular I am. Maybe you should have me talking about abortion.
Well, what was really interesting was while I was talking about abortion, Robert called the station and agreed with what I was saying, told me I was a breath of fresh air. For anybody that doesn't...
Robert.
Well, last weekend,
Yeah.
last weekend, I had a caller call the show while Paloma was on, who calls himself Legal Latino Heat. And I was taken by this guy.
Let's just leave it at Legal Latino. Let's take out the heat.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was taken by this guy, and I got a hold of my staff last week, and I said, look, all I've got is this guy's screen name. See if you can find the guy. Get me a contact for him, because I'd like to invite him on the show. The guy sounded like he made sense. Well, the first thing I get a call. Hey, Steve, we found something you're not going to like. He says, well, what is it? He says, well, it's a YouTube video. We're gonna email it over to you. So, note tells me to look at 1 hour and 34 minutes on. So I open it up, and it's 2 hours and 35 minutes, and I take it up to where they tell me. And this guy is recording our show. Now, he called up pretending to be a supporter. But then, as I'm watching this video, he's urging his minion to call and harass, okay? Which is cowardly, okay? Now, I've got the guy's first name. I've got his last name. If you want, Robert, I can give your Social Security number over the air.
Oh, my God.
Now I get another email from my staff, and they tell me, hey, this guy's got a criminal record. He's been arrested for domestic terrorism. He has made terroristic threats. Okay?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So it goes on even more from there. So we find out that he's got a page where he's taking donations. Okay? Friday morning, I get a call from my boss from Rubin Broadcasting telling me that he's received an email that's making veiled threats in regards to our advertisers. My boss was unhappy. My boss actually, him and I had discussed canceling this segment today. And I told him, I says, no, look, I've already put the work in. She's set the time aside. He says, okay, you're right. We'll go ahead and do this show. But he was worried about controversy. And you can understand that, So anyway, as I go digging through, I find out this guy does not have a 501c. Which is what you're supposed to have when you take donations if you're a nonprofit. Either that or you're supposed to go ahead and contact the IRS and tell them how much money you're getting in these donations. Well, Robert Herrera, Herrera is the spelling of his last name. Robert, I'm going to put this very simply to you. I am going to give you an opportunity. If you will send an email Monday morning apologizing to Mr. Rubin and Rubin Broadcasting for that terrible email that was sent, if you promise me that your minion, and I hope you're typing as we speak, do not call this show and make harassments, I will not contact a friend of mine who happens to be oh boy, I'm getting upset here. An Internal Revenue agent, and turn your information over to him to let him see what you're doing with these donations. Now, to the minion out there, you realize you're harassing people who your leader apparently didn't have the courage to harass. You're doing his dirty work. And like all poor marksmen, you could have gotten me fired. Now, I am not happy with that, and I just thought I'd make that public, and I want to give you the opportunity to make this right. You go away quietly, you send that email, I will take no further action. I get one phone call from one harasser today, and I don't by Monday evening hear from my boss he's received an email apologizing to him. I am getting hold of the Internal Revenue Service. I have a picture on my computer of your website where you're taking donations, and all of that will go to the IRS. Now,
wow.
Now, having said that, how's the weather down there in Mexico today?
It's great. It's great. I'm having such a great day today watching. I didn't get to go to the beach as I told you I would because it's not hot enough. It's not hot enough, and I'm looking forward to the beach. Hashtag I can't wait for the beach this summer because I'm normally a beach person. Normally recently I haven't been to the beach much in the past 2 years. I visited some woman in New York.
That's why I wanted to show you the post, folks. This bitch, right? She starts drama. She'll make it big, and this and that. Yeah, I did get arrested. I told you guys that. I got 2 nights. Charges were dropped. I shouldn't have been there. Should never been arrested. That's why I don't do rallies anymore. That's why I don't do this political shit. So you see how this political shit is? People will rat on you, will snitch on you because they disagree on something. This is the kind of shit that bothers me. This is the kind of shit that bothers me with these grifters. I'm not out there selling a dream. I'm just entertaining, making jokes, having fun. I was nothing but respectful to Steve. I never told anybody to troll hard or this and that. That's why I write stuff in the comments. Everything is documented. I'm not stupid and gonna say, dude, like, it doesn't work that way. We're here to have fun. Nobody's impersonating anybody. It's just calling in. All the calls are respectful. Only that one idiot that cursed. That was it. And then he threw my name there, which, you know, it make me look bad. But, you know, but like, fucking guy, man, like, wow.
It's San
and I
Diego,
called earlier. How come you didn't bring that up earlier when I
west,
called in?
And then I traveled down along the coast.
And then that's why this bitch is like, oh, he did this and this and that. You see how they try to blackmail me? Try to make me bad.
I was
being good to you, Steve. I was being good to you, Steve. And you just want to dox me on the air? Steve? Really? That's really what you're going to do on your show? Right? Call me out and say you got my social security number. You're going to put it out and you start throwing what I do. Like, damn, Steve. Wow, that's very professional of you. I don't do radio. I don't know the etiquettes of radio. I wonder if that's etiquette. That's some radio etiquette right there. And because you don't archive this stuff, I'm kind of glad I got this archive now. Because why would you talk about somebody like that over the air? You got their social security number. You got all my information. You know, now I got to write an email so this doesn't happen. Like, isn't that blackmail? Like, what is that? Like now I got to oh my God, I got to write this email now to Rubenstein or whatever. Like now I'm going to be what? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, seriously, Steve, no, I was not disrespectful to you. I called in the show. I bet you this fucking pigeon really went in like, oh. You know, Steve, you're supposed to be the professional here, man. Like, and when I called in, you couldn't tell me nothing? What a fucking guy, bro. A fucking doxer. Like, really, you gonna threaten to dox me? You gonna threaten me? You gonna give me an ultimatum? You really gonna give me a fucking ultimatum? Like, what kind of shit is that? You really gonna give me a fucking ultimatum if I don't do something? What kind of fucking shit is that?
I told you, you know, you shouldn't drink so much coffee. You should do this. And I gave you some advice. And you said, well, I need it, you know, whatever. But we'll talk about nutrition some other day. Just you and I on the phone. I'll give you some tips. I'll give you some tips on how to stay young, energized, fertile, and beautiful with beautiful hair, you know, through all ages. Because the other day I saw a woman. She claims she's 27, right? She was screaming racial slurs and everything, even though I think she's half Hispanic. Oh, my God, this woman's hair literally looked like she was in her 50s, and she claims she's 27. I hope she's not 27 with that hair. I really do. But anyway, you know, we'll talk about nutrition some other day.
Yeah. Well, you know what's sad is the meth epidemic. And you see these women in their late 20s, early 30s, they look like they're ready for the box. I mean, it's
Yo,
so
I'm like
sad.
fucking mad right now.
I know.
Like, this motherfucker say he has my social.
Drugs in general.
So you have my social in your possession, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Really bad for you. I always tell people
Like,
stay away from
what kind of shit is that? You got my social? You're gonna threaten me to rat me out? Like,
in New York, and you know, he seemed to be really just a good person, nice person. And I heard after I met him and everything else, he got into drugs, and his life just went downhill, like hard drugs. And it's sad, you know, somebody with potential and everything else to see their life going down the drain between, you know, the soup that their ex-girlfriend fed him or whatever, and the chemicals. Like, oh my God, it's like, you know, you had a future. I remember seeing him in D.C. interacting with politicians and great people that had.
She said I did hard drugs. This bitch just said I did hard drugs.
Doing, you know, stupid videos and singing for donations, and it's like, really, really, you threw all that potential down the drain for whatever reason, you know, whatever you ate or whatever you put up your nose or whatever it was.
Why put up my
really,
nose?
Why? It's sad to watch. Oh. And now, you know, since I'm doing great things, they're attacking me. So
yeah,
it's tough.
I'm calling in right now. I'm calling in.
It's like we get, you try to do things that you think are important, and you get people with no life that the only thing they have to do is to troll. Okay? And when I saw that video on YouTube last week, it angered the heck out of me because it was so disingenuous and so cowardly for that guy to call the show the way he did and then have his minion call and harass you. I just thought to myself, what's wrong with this guy?
He did have some people call, but some people also call on their own. We've got, as I think I told you before, I don't know if I told you or I told Neil, I got a few obsessed women out here that it's just so funny all the things they have to do to quote unquote destroy me, and they're just destroying themselves.
Yeah,
they've got so many people laughing at them, so many people making fun of them. Yet they're, that they called your show with a real voice and with a fake voice.
Yeah. Hey,
that's how low they have gone because they have no friends. If they had friends, they could have other people call. But
let me get this caller, Paloma.
Okay.
I got a flashing light here. Hey, good afternoon, caller. You're on the air with Steve and Paloma.
How's it going, Steve? It's Robert.
Robert, I'm glad you called because I was very, 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 very unhappy when I saw that YouTube video and what you were up to.
And I'm very, very disappointed that you have my Social Security number and threatened to release it or rat on me.
No, what I threatened to do is turn you over to the IRS for not having a 5113.
Steve, that was Streamlabs. Steve, one thing. I was very respectful when I called, wasn't I?
Yes,
very
you were.
Respectful.
But then you had people call and troll, and that was cowardly. Robert, if you'd come on the air, listen, if you'd have come on the air and you'd have told me you had issues, I'd have let you put them out. I would have let you put your issues out. But you instead were disingenuous, pretended to be a supporter, and then I saw that YouTube video, what you were doing, putting people up to calling in harass. That's cowardly, my friend.
Can I get 30 seconds to a minute,
yes,
Steve,
you
to
can.
explain
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. What I do, I like to troll. I'm not gonna lie. When I told my viewers, maybe you should watch it from the beginning. I was like, damn, this guy Steve is pretty good. Be respectful to him. When I called you, I couldn't troll you. I couldn't be mean to you because I was being respectful to you. I was being genuine. Even today, before I called in, I was like, damn, Steve is good. I was being sincere. I really do like your show. You really are different. You're not angry. You're not like Mark Levin. You're just different. It's just a calm show that I could listen to on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and just chill and relax. With that being said, anybody else that called and did anything, I did not tell them, hey, do this, curse. I know that one guy brought up my name and cursed. I was really disappointed. Like, oh, you're going to make me look bad. But I told people to be respectful. Now, Paloma, she has issues with people everywhere, but I did not bring that up on your show last week. We kept it on the subject about the law and this and that.
Why are you making such disrespectful shows about his show?
Another thing, Paloma, I don't appreciate you saying that I do hard drugs and put things up my nose. That's really some false accusations.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I know, Steve, you did not say that, Steve. Steve, you did not say that. Paloma over here says that.
And you,
Steve,
Robert?
wait, listen. Can listen. Hold on. And listen, Steve, I'm not the only one that has issue with Paloma. There's other people that have issues. And then you got to start realizing who is the problem here? Who is the common denominator in this problem that goes around to different states and creates problems?
Hang on a second. Hey, both of you, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Paloma, forgive me for this.
Hanging out with a neo-Nazi. That's why I called her out. I asked her, how come there's a neo-Nazi Jovi Val?
With the neo-Nazi. I heard something about Aroma and Paloma with the neo-Nazi, but
you're lying to your fans. You have a neo-Nazi in your house that he's wanted for a hate crime in New York. Yes, you do.
This
is why Wait a minute. Can I jump in? Hey, can I jump in here for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, Paloma, forgive me for this, but I did a background check on Paloma as well. And what I discovered was she had no criminal background. All her bills were paid on time. She had nothing in her background to suggest any kind of dishonesty or any criminal action. Okay? Now,
none whatsoever.
Forgive me for doing that, but in all fairness, I figured I was looking at Robert in all fairness, I should take a hard look at you too. And I didn't find anything.
Hey, legal. Let me ask you something. Why have you been calling me a pigeon? You know, if you actually spoke Spanish and you knew the translation of my name, it would be so much better. You know, it'd be so much better. It would be so much more attractive, and it would be so much more productive for you to speak Spanish. Si hablaras español como yo hablo español, y supieras
yo hablo
que
mejor
paloma
español
no
que tú. Yo no hablo español como.
Si hablaras español, sabrías que paloma significa.
Pero tú me vas a decir que la palabra paloma no es pigeon en inglés.
La palabra paloma significa dog. Deberías hablar español igual que yo. Ya sabes que yo soy mexicana y deberías hablar español igual que yo.
En inglés. Google Translation.
Pigeon significa pichón. Digo, pigeon significa pichón.
Pigeon
paloma
means a bird in New York City, a rat with wings. That fly around and feed off breadcrumbs
no me cae bien la gente que no habla español. Deberías de pensar en por qué a lo mejor me hice para atrás porque no hablas bien español. Something to think about.
Robert, can I tell you, I have great love for pigeons, and here's why. I was a young boy. I lived in an orphanage for a while. And there was this older kid that one day he come over, he bullied me out of my sandwich, he took my seat, and as he sat down with my sandwich to open his mouth to bite on the sandwich, a pigeon crapped all over him in the sandwich. I love pigeons.
Was it a brown one or was it the gray one?
It was a gray pigeon. It was a, typical gray flying rat. But I happen to love pigeons.
But I'm from New York City. Those pigeons, they make the city stink. They're flying around and they just make a mess. That's why I'm very biased against pigeons.
Well, I'm from San Francisco. I'm the other side of the coast.
Mi nombre significa dog. It doesn't mean pigeon.
I compare pigeons to Democrats. They're fat birds. They're just waiting around to get fed.
I've got to ask you, Robert, were you behind that despicable email that got sent to my boss yesterday?
Sir. That's another thing I want to clear. Another thing I want to call. Listen, I don't know if I can see this in the air, but I don't participate in what's called gay ops. Gay ops is like doxing people, which this is why I don't participate in this movement. Listen, I did get arrested. I spent 2 nights in L.A. It was the guy that I go after, the neo-Nazi
There's a great video out there called Latino Gay Boy. You should check it out. It's on YouTube. Legal Latino Gay Boy. It's great.
Okay,
it's funny.
All right, listen.
It's a parody. It's funny about when Robert went to jail. It's really funny.
Well, look.
All right, two adults are talking here. Hold on.
Look.
Can we finish over here? So
that's why you're calling my radio.
The only reason, Robert, the only reason I went after you was because of the way things went last weekend. I thought that was disingenuous, and yes, I did watch the video. And the amount of crap that email caused me with my boss yesterday. You have no idea what it was like on the phone for 15 minutes with a very angry man going on about, I can't afford to lose my sponsors. Maybe I should just take you off the air. How would you like that? If you were put in that position.
You know what? The one thing Steve, let me tell you, the one thing that Robert, it's my turn now. Be respectful. Act like a gentleman for once in your life. The one thing that email has that just basically tells you who it is, Steve, and it's not hard to figure out, is the video of the woman that called in with a fake voice. I've already broadcasted that video twice, and everybody agrees on who that woman is. So it's not hard to figure out where that email came from. This whole show right now is being recorded. It's being turned over to a judge because a judge has to know what you've gone through, Steve, what you've gone through because of this harassment by this woman who sent this video of herself calling in and then saying that I'm doxing her. I'm not doxing her. I'm asking questions. I'm asking, who is this woman?
Hey.
Does this voice sound familiar? Like when you have to fake an accent to call in, don't you have like a bunch of daughters and supposed to have roommates and boyfriends and friends to call in at least? Apparently not. So she had to fake a voice and fake a country accent to call in and start exposing me about restraining orders, and then whatever.
Wow.
She ended up getting served with a restraining order 2 days later. But
Robert, I hate to do this to you, but I've got other callers on the line. Would you mind if
I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
I'm going to say one thing before I go. Listen, I didn't like the fact there was like an ultimatum for me to write an email. But listen, after speaking to you right now, I don't want you to get in trouble. I didn't participate in this.
Okay, I take your word for that. Then I will. I'm a reasonable man.
But I'll do an email if you like. I will do it. And I mean, listen, nobody that I'll do an email. Out of respect for you, I'll do it. I just don't like being blackmailed.
I understand that. And it wasn't blackmail, it was anger. Realize this, I'm Sicilian.
Me too.
I'm Sicilian, and when I lose my sense of humor... Now,
I'm from the Bronx. A bunch of Italians over there. What's the matter with you?
Okay, then you understand where I'm coming from, okay?
All right,
I respect you for being man enough to apologize.
I apologize, Steve. I'll let you run your show.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Let me get to this other call here.
Bye-bye now. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ciao now.
Hey, caller, you're on the air with Steve and Paloma.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I just have a question for Paloma.
Okay.
My name's Lucia.
Lucia?
Hi. Yes, Lucia. I was just wondering why when someone has a different point of view on her page, even respectful, she blocks and deletes so you can't comment anymore. Why is that?
I don't do that. I think you're making false allegations. My blog
I haven't made any allegations, though. I've asked a question, but I've never made an allegation.
You just said that I block people, and that's false. It's a false allegation. I don't do that. My block list is about 12 people. I only have about 12 people.
But I'm blocked from your page from asking a question that was totally chill and relaxed.
Oh,
it was about the Instagram page called FCons. Very simple, very respectful. I've never been rude online.
What was your question? What was the wording of your question? Were you making an accusation like you're making now? Or
no, it wasn't an accusation. It was asking you how you knew about it if you didn't run it.
We all know about it. How do you know about it? Everybody knows about it.
I know about it because I saw it on your Instagram page because you posted it.
Oh. Yeah.
So if you're going to sit here and accuse women, and let me tell you, I'm not one of them, okay? I live in California, far from San Diego. I don't follow Melinda. I don't none of that. But for you to post stuff about children on your page, and I've made it very clear.
That name is blocked.
Do you realize how immature you are, though, Paloma? You are immature. You don't even know how to have a reasonable conversation without getting angry.
I'm mature enough to be at the White House, and you're not, honey. So I may not be that immature.
What does that have to do? I don't care to be at the White House because I'm too busy with work and paying mortgages and stuff. But when I have a question about something, excuse me?
You didn't ask a question. You made an allegation. You said, why do you block
I asked a question how you knew about FCons because you thought it was funny that...
Oh, my goodness. I accidentally dropped that call. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. I get messages about that page all the time. If that answers your question, whatever your name was, Lucia. Or whatever.
Lucia. Nice Italian name.
Lucia.
Well, look. I am glad
to answer her question. I get messages about those pages all the time. I also get messages about pages that are made of me on Instagram, on Twitter. There's a fake page out there of me of Twitter. No, I didn't make my own page making fun of myself. I don't care. See, the thing is that I don't care, and they know that. So they have to go bother the judge because I don't care about the pages they make of me.
Yeah. Well, I am glad that Robert did take the time to call and explain himself. Okay, I do feel a little bit better about that.
Okay. Well, since you bring him up again, I got to tell you, I don't believe he sent that email. I really don't. I don't think he's ratchet enough to make all these videos that he's making online and everything, but not. I don't think he would be sending emails.
No.
And I don't think he would care.
No,
I
took him to be very genuine in that conversation we just had with him. I took him to be very genuine.
And what really surprised me is that he accused me of saying he does drugs. I never said that about him.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing you say that. I don't think I've ever read that anywhere.
I never did.
I do. I at this point, I owe him an apology for my anger because I really thought he was behind that email. I was very disappointed when I saw that video, but I have to give him credit for being man enough to call the show and explain himself. And at that point, I forgive him. I am a fair and reasonable person. You can't.
Yeah, and again, I can tell you that I don't think he sent that email. I think it was some angry woman in San Diego.
Well, that's possible too. Anyway, I've got to take a break because I'm like way past. I should have taken one about 10 minutes ago. So if you'll stand by here, I'm going to just do a little bumper music and play a commercial. And
but you see, folks, like that kind of stuff. Paloma does, Jovi Val does. When you get into bed with these people, That's what they do. They ruin your show. They ruin your quality. Steve, man, I called your show respectfully. I don't curse. I gave you my point of view, my honesty. I can't bullshit people. I can't lie to people. Like I can't. If I don't like you, I can't be around you. I'm not around people I don't like. I attack people that I don't like. I always go after Jovi Val because it's fun. I don't do this to harm people. I don't do this to dox. These people want to do lawsuits and go to court and this and that. I don't want none of that shit. I just want to have fun on the internet and troll. What's wrong with trolling? Is trolling bad? When people used to call, like on TV and troll C-SPAN, is that illegal? That's what we're doing now. We're finding some ways to troll. But I told him straight up, I'm a troll. When I call Steve, Steve, honestly, I troll. That's what people doing it because I troll. I make people laugh for trolling. I don't do this political stuff because you see how dirty this political stuff is. Oh, I'm going to dox you. I hate this shit. Like, I hate politics. I got arrested for doing this political bullshit. I hate it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't. I just want to have fun and post cute cat videos and shit. I just want to be a normal person. This whole fucking MAGA movement is full of fucking egos, man. Like, that's why I don't want to be in no movie. I don't care. You want to be the best MAGA? Then be the best fucking MAGA because I don't give a fuck. That's not me. Like, that's not me anymore. I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. That's it. I just want to have fun and troll. Like ROTC's, they had fun. I watch those guys. Those guys make me laugh. I don't watch something unless it makes me laugh. And if I could do that, if I could make other groups of people laugh, I want to do that shit too. I like making people laugh. I love entertaining. I do this shit because it's entertaining. It's fun. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be doing it. But man, did you hear Turning Point USA had a bunch of people step down? You see, Jay Wills, what you just said, Turning Point USA. Those people are full of frauds.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing because you do raise a lot of controversy, and I've seen it on Facebook many times. But most of these things that you've been accused of, I haven't been able to find any evidence of. And as I said, please forgive me, but I did do a bit of background checking on you too. I figured, hey,
I have no problem with anybody doing that. I've been vetted by the Steve. I've been vetted by the Secret Service by 2 weeks ago. You really think I care if anybody investigates me? I really don't.
Well,
and I don't mind you doing that because it's, at the end of the day, it's your station, it's your job, it's your reputation on the line.
Well, it's like this. I believe in fairness. I believe in fairness, and I couldn't very well look at Robert without also looking at you. I had to see both sides of the controversy, and I didn't find the controversy that was being talked about. And yeah, I was extremely angry when I walked into the studio this afternoon. There was steam coming out of my ears from yesterday. I was like, "Grah!"
Let me just give you a little background on a lot of this controversy. I've been doing this. I've been in this movement for almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years in July since President Trump announced he was running for president. And a lot of us have worked really hard. A lot of us. And I'm not going to lie. Robert being one of them. He was at this since the beginning. And I'm just putting facts out there. I can't stand what he's doing. He's acting like a total piece of trash for doing what he's doing. But I'm just being honest. He was there since the beginning, and so was another guy in LA, and a bunch of different places. A lot of some of us got more reach than others. I happen to live in Tijuana, which is a very tough place, and I happen to do things that other people don't do. And I've been out there putting my life out there at risk for President Trump and for America and for Mexico, and exposing a lot of things that you can't expose from behind a desk in LA, or from an apartment in Texas, or from an apartment in New York. So when I do that, I draw a lot of people to me, and I think I've earned it. I've earned it through work, and I've earned it through doing what I do, and so it's like they want to have the same following. They want to do the things I do. But if you want that, why aren't you out here doing what I do? Why are you not out here at the border exposing these organizations and these criminals and risking your life? When people like Soros are so dangerous, when people like Hillary Clinton are so dangerous, and they're the ones behind all these frauds and everything that's going on. Why are you not here doing what I do? There's other people that are out here. Anthony's doing it in Texas. Blue, who's not even an American citizen, is doing it in Mexico. I'm doing it in Mexico and America. I've been traveling around for the last 4 years. I never received any money, any donation whatsoever until this past December. I got $200 2 years ago to help me with a ticket to Washington, D.C. to do a speech in front of the White House and one in front of the Washington Monument. I never asked for money. Everything came out of my pocket, my money. I even started doing the videos here at the border back in November without even having a PayPal account until people started asking me, get a PayPal account so we can donate. And finally, late November, December, probably, I got a PayPal for the first time in my life. So, it's like you want to have what I have, but you're not willing to do what I do. You're not going to have the same following if you're in San Diego chasing illegals. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. If you live in Mexico and you go out there and you do what I do and you start movements in Mexico the way I've started them, then maybe all these national channels and media will start paying attention to you the way they paid attention to me. It's not a coincidence. It's my work, and it's me that's making it happen.
It would seem that you and Robert both kind of have the same idea, but Robert's working against you, and it seems it would be so much more productive if he put the energy into supporting what you're trying to do, rather than to keep trying to distract and malign what you're trying to do. Because, like I said,
the problem is that his personal issues get involved when it comes to that, and it's really unfortunate because he's using his personal issues and whatever personal issues we have. And he's using this movement that is so important, that America's future is at risk and so much is at stake. And he's taking his personal anger and his personal whatever it is out by using the people that are watching him related to this movement. It's like, you're taking subscribers that didn't sign up for this, and whether they think it's funny or not, really what they want to see is stuff related to America, to the border, to Trump, to abortion, to border security. They don't want to hear about your nonsense. They don't want to. Let me see. You've got, 12 people watching you right now? If you were out here at the border, you'd probably have 1,000 people watching you. And it's sad that you have to put your energy towards me having these battle raps with someone because you claim that this guy is living at my house when I have not seen that guy since November last year. They've been stalking everything that guy does and that I do and putting it together. And what's a shame is that they're not only using it for themselves, they're making other people believe that this guy and I are together, and it's causing a lot of problems for America. For America, like I got a call from DC asking me about a post 3 weeks ago that they made of me being with this guy because this guy unfortunately did not pray enough, was not strong enough to take all the attacks. And he fell off the deep end, and he was, and you can't. I don't want to deal with that, and neither does the White House, and neither do these officials that have real jobs to take care of. And here you have these losers in San Diego making these false allegations of me being with someone that I'm not, whom I have not seen since November last year, and then this legal guy is going crazy because he thinks I'm with him. The guy that I'm supposed to be with is telling him, you're just mad because you think I'm staying with her. You're just mad because you think I'm having something with her, and I'm not. And he said, but you are. No, we're not. No, we're not. And then, so it's him crying and the woman in New York crying and everybody's crying. And the bottom line is that it's not happening, and you guys need to let it go and try to stop using us for attention, because you're just getting bad attention. Well, I'm out here getting called to be on national shows, on a debate with Jorge Ramos, who is a key person in this movement and always has been against America, who has so much influence over the Hispanic population in America. And instead of attacking me, instead of wasting your time on who I'm with and investigating who's eating baby food and whose dog is barking and what lasagna people ate, you should be investigating who's bringing these illegals into your country that you're supposed to care so much about. And instead of singing for donations or chasing illegal buses for donations, you should be out there trying to run for office. Well, no, that would never happen. But I'm just saying, at least trying, at least trying to get a positive message out there.
Well, here's something.
You can't run out there screaming. We're going to start a new movement called Screamers for Trump. Like, damn, you're embarrassing us.
Well,
these women are out there screaming at people. You're embarrassing. You're an embarrassment to America.
Paloma.
I'm an American, even though they claim I'm not.
Last night, Neil called me. And Neil told me, he said, Steve, you got to go onto Paloma's page and check out this video she just did. And you were talking about the attack on this station. You had 1,172 people who were watching that video. There was over 200 comments on that video, and they were all talking about getting a hold of Reuben Broadcasting and tell them how much they enjoyed this show and the fact that I have you on. They wanted to get a hold of our advertisers to let them know to support this show and to support the fact that I have you on. And there was, like I said, there was over 200 comments and over 1,100 people watching this last night. And so, you do have a large following, and it does cause people jealousy because they can't generate those kind of numbers. But it's also taken you 4 years to generate that kind of following. It doesn't just happen overnight.
And not only that, it also takes the right argument, Steve. I was being attacked about a month ago by these two cons in San Diego, and I told them, I said, you need to move on. You should get a job and just on the weekends chase buses, and do all that. Because I'm going to move on to bigger things. And they thought I was joking. When I say something, I'm not joking. Within 4 days, God puts me in the right place at the right place at the right time. I'm at a post office and I'm wearing my Trump hat, and a woman, approaches me. She's very rude to me. She's very aggressive. And because of the way I handled her, because of the way I responded to this attack, that video was not only seen by almost 20 million people. My following grew by over 7,000 people in 5 days. I got all kinds of letters from people I can't even tell you, telling me how proud they were of the way I handled the situation.
Oh yeah,
and
I didn't knock her on her butt.
It comes down to that.
I didn't knock her on her fat butt myself, but that's just me.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, I take so many attacks until I don't know if you remember the video, but towards the end, I said, first she yelled at me, then she grabbed my phone, then she grabbed my wrist, and then she pushed my phone again, and then towards the end, as towards the end of the video, I said, don't ever lay a hand on me again, and I got in her face. Because that's how I am. I will take some attacks. And then I will hit you back.
Yeah.
No, I'm not weak. And I've been taking a lot of attacks from a lot of people. And now that when I hit back, they go crazy. They've been serving me with these restraining orders. But when I serve them, they say, oh, you can't serve me. Oh, yes, I can. I'm an American citizen, just like you. And I have the same legal rights as you do. And I'm going to use them.
Yes. Paloma, we've got another caller. Let me get to the caller here. Hey, good afternoon, caller. You're on the air with Steve and Paloma.
I'm so sorry that we didn't hear anything with substance this hour, and I'm really regretful that I'll never see that hour again. Have a nice night.
Well, thank you, caller.
Thank you for your input.
Yes, you have a nice night, too. Now, that is, you know, I get a kick out of people like that. Yeah, we haven't really gotten, into the nitty-gritty like we have before. Yeah, part of today's show really was covered by just what happened last weekend. There's a reason for that. Right. It caused a lot of furor around here.
And we had a subject we wanted to talk about. This is what we talked about, you and I, 2 days ago. Yeah. We wanted to talk about the new border security that's been the new inspection area that has been installed at the border over the last week.
Yes, let's talk about that as this hour is almost up.
Yeah, no, I know. We've got probably 5 minutes, but you and I discussed before this show talking about this and the things that really matter. But again, this is what they do. They distract us, and they're out here going off on this video, and we're just screenshotting away, because we've got the people that have called in the previous weekends commenting. They've been waiting for this. And if you notice, the only one who really had the courage to call in was the legal guy, because now they know they're being recorded. And just so you know, there are no producers listening in. There is nobody listening in. This was just a setup for all of you. Okay?
Well, it's like this. I do have to say that I now have a little bit more respect for Robert than I did after I saw that video, because at least he was man enough to step up to the plate. And that I've got to respect. And guess what? We've got 2 more callers. Let's see what we have here. Caller, you're on the air with Steve?
If you're talking to me, I just want to listen. I'm going out to the smoking area. So let me listen.
Okay. Caller, you're on the air with Steve?
Oh. Hi, Paloma.
Hi.
Hi, it's Kathy from the Bronx. How are you?
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. How are you? I was hanging on. I was hoping I would get you. I am so proud of you. You know how much I love you.
I love you so much, and I thank you for so much support since day one. Thank you so much. She has been so amazing.
Paloma?
Everything. Yes.
Paloma, don't let anybody get you down. God and I are on your side.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay, sweetheart. Big kisses. Kiss my puppies and everybody for me, and stay tough, baby.
Okay, thank you. Love you.
You're welcome. I love you too, Paloma. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
You see, you do have people that love you and support you. And I've got another call. I think I accidentally disconnected Neil. Yes, hello, caller. You're on the air with Steve and Paloma. Hello? Hello? Anybody there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Neil, I'm sorry I disconnected you. I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. I'll put my phone back on mute and just listen. Hi, Paloma.
Hi, Neil.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, look, Paloma, I am very thankful that you've joined my show as many times as you have. And, yeah, I guess this hour we didn't have a lot of substance. There was, like I said, a lot of drama that was caused by your last appearance. Drama that wasn't your fault, but just drama that occurs because there's people out there that need drama. As I was saying, though, Robert, at least I now have respect for because he did step up to the plate. Hopefully, maybe somewhere along the line, him and I can have a dialogue, and he can understand why I'm the way I am. And that, if he's respectful and he wants to stick to the issues, he's always more than welcome to call this show. He's always more than welcome to call when you're on this show.
Well, I hope he would understand that he's going to get a lot further in life by being respectful than by the trash he does online. Like, come on, Robert, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to get $5, $10 here and there, and that's going to be the end of it. Like, look at your videos. They have 300 views. Look at my videos. I've gotten videos with 4 million views. Come on,
Actually, he did quite well last weekend. The Scream page that I was shown had, one was $100. There was 2 for $50, 1 for $5. He did pretty good last weekend. I should start.
Yeah, and if he actually put his mind to good use and he ran for politics like he was told to do a few years ago, and he did something productive and used his brain, he would probably be making a lot more money per month, per year. Compared to what he's making now. I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying.
He impressed me. My first call with him, he impressed me as an intelligent, articulate young man, and I was taken with him. And unfortunately, the YouTube thing just soured my stomach. But as I say, at least he had the courage to step up to the plate this afternoon. And, well, I have to, at that point, take back my accusation of cowardice. Because at least he was man enough to step up to the plate. Now.
Well, I wish he would put that, his brain to good use. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's none of my business.
Yeah,
really,
exactly. But meantime, now, what you've got going right now is you've been basically documenting what's going on your end of the border. Donald Trump has been given the go-ahead to start sending these refugees back across the border, which if they're not Mexican citizens, I feel that's kind of unfair to Mexico. I guess then Mexico has to send them back to South America, Central America, wherever they've come from. And this is a bad situation for both our countries. It's not good that both our countries are having the same problem at the same time. It's hard on you down there. It's hard on us up here. We've got people, for some reason, that are in support of these illegal aliens. You've got people down there, I'm sure, would like to just run them over with a large truck, Yeah.
Even the cartels out here, Steve, are wanting to just get rid of all these leaders, and for a good reason. And I don't agree with the cartels, obviously, but what I'm saying is that this whole, caravan, everything that's going on is really destroying both countries.
Oh shit! That music started playing. I can't have that on my fucking show. He's playing music.
Yes, it is.
Look, that's how he shuts up Paloma with the music.
Paloma, that's the end of my hour. I'm going to have to let you go, sweetheart. I love you, and you stay safe down there.
Love you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we will be back after these messages.
I didn't get it. See, folks, it was heated in the beginning. It was very heated in the beginning. And, I called Steve up. I was like, more animal videos. All right. Freak out. That's a good song. Actually, thank you for bringing that up, Tupac Shakur. Let me leave this. I'll have this playing in the background as I talk to you guys.
American.
So that was the pigeon for Trump on the KT Ox show. The heated. I was very angry in the beginning with what Steve said. It really got me angry. But you know what? I called double. I gotta speak my piece. Can't be doxing me. Can't be. Listen, you guys know I go after Joe Vival. I'm like the bounty hunter over here. He's in Mexico, and guess what? He led me to Paloma for Trump. That's what Joe Vival does. If you get involved, you're going to go down. That's what he does. He brings movements down. So this happened. As you can see, she says she hasn't seen him since November. All right. Like I said this in the last videos. I don't have proof, like hardcore evidence. But there's evidence. There's hints. There's signs. So, you gotta, and with those gay ops, and then she says there's a setup. Like, I don't get it. Like, you don't say that kind of stuff on the air. Like, but Steve, let's talk. I hope you're watching this or listening to this, Steve. This is what Paloma does. She's a witch. She brings bad luck. She brings anything down. Same thing with Joey. I warn people about this. I am not in the MAGA movement. I don't want to be part of no MAGA movement. I don't want to be in no movement. I just want to be by myself. So the shit that just what happened right now, I don't want to be a part of. I just want to have fun and make fun, and that's it. Like, if you put yourself out there by making videos, right, you're inviting the internet to make fun of you. right? Look at this parody. You're making videos. You're giving us ammunition for us to make these parodies, these videos, these comments. That's the way it works. If you don't want to be made fun of, then don't put videos on. Do you ever realize some YouTube videos don't show their faces because they don't want to be made fun of? So this drama queen over here, this drama pigeon, bringing out the race card, always with the drama. And damn, Steve, like, that really it hurt me in the beginning, man. The way you were talking about that, man, like, that really got me heated, man. I was like, it killed my buzz, man. Like, shit. Like, man, like, but I called, we ended up talking to each other, respecting. Like, we don't need to go down this route, We don't need to be talking to each other like this, Steve, We could be cool, we don't have to be doing this kind of stuff to each other, especially over a pigeon. One day I'll tell my grandkids, it was bad for me. So you see that what's going on. Like, that's what happens. You bring that drama here. And look, he's in Mexico, right? He's in Mexico. I don't even have Instagram on here. I'm not gonna go through somebody's Instagram live. I'm not gonna do that right now. You're gonna stick to the topic. But check out Blues Doll's video, folks, if you're watching. So this will catch you up. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, just check out on Blues Dolls, and you'll catch you up into this saga. It started at Fash Bash with the hamburger helper. Is it the lasagna one? This is the lasagna hamburger helper. Is this lasagna? Yeah, I think it is. It says beef cheddar lasagna hamburger helper. So they're eating hamburger helper in Mexico too. Look at that. These people. It was hilarious when you're both yelling in Spanish. See, but she sounds like one of those. I was more like Rico Suave. I was more like. No, not Enrique Iglesias. He speaks like this. I was speaking like, damn, who's a cool Hispanic guy? I was trying to sound like George Clooney in Spanish, It's like, sí, pero. Like, I know you're gonna get worked up. I get worked up, but in a face-off like this, I'm not gonna get worked up. I'm gonna make you look bad. It's called being a cerebral assassin, folks. I do got I got a bachelor's in psychology, human behavior. And the beautiful thing about all this like trolling is that you're able to control, from your keyboard. Yeah, keyboard warriors, but you're letting the trolling affect you. Like, look at Vox Day, Teddy Spaghetti, all that stuff. Like, it's fun. What do we have on TV? There's nothing to watch on TV. There's nothing funny on TV. Besides Philadelphia and Superstore, there's nothing. We have each other here to entertain each other. The drama that this movement has, but I don't want to be a part of this movement. I'm not part of this movement. Like, it's full of drama, egos. If you think you're gonna save America, your message, whatever, and like my Streamlabs, I'm not begging for donations. It's like, if you want to leave a tip, you go ahead. It's like I'm a street performer. I'm out here performing you said I used to sing for donations. I used to be on Facebook doing singing videos, and people begged to. No, she says nobody begged to donate. People begged me. They wanted me to, because they wanted me to just. I made people laugh. I entertain. I want to be like Billy Joel, the entertainer, or is he the piano man? I don't know which one of those, but. That's all I want to do. I used to watch Luis Jimenez on... Where is this guy? This guy, Luis Jimenez, I used to listen to him in the mornings. And I always wanted to do radio. Luis Jimenez. Like, I looked up to this guy. Like, he created his own radio empire. He took down Howard Stern once. He had the higher ratings than Howard Stern from a Spanish station. Man, this guy, and I used to look up to it. He used to do a lot of parodies, a lot of prank calling. That's why I like prank calling. But I told Steve, I couldn't prank call him. I keep it real. If I don't like you, I could prank call you and make a voice or something. But if I like you, I'm just gonna keep it real and just be myself. So this guy, Luis Jimenez, man, like Vacilón de la Mañana, I used to listen to that in the mornings, and and it was inspiring. I always wanted to do radio. So now you have like YouTube. So like he was young and this boomer, they were very funny. La Mega Spanish station, for a Spanish station to be number one, and this show you cannot miss. I used to wake up 6 in the morning, when I used to go to work from 6 to 11, man. Just listen to these motherfuckers because they made you laugh. El Vacilón de la Mañana, they made you laugh in Spanish and Spanglish, and that's what I like. I want to do that. Like, I just want to make people laugh. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a singer. I'm not a rapper. I'm just me. And hopefully makes people laugh, and that's it. Like, fuck. But I'm not going to go out on the streets like I used to do because, it got me to jail, like Steve Doxxed said. And it sucks, folks. That's why you see what Patriot Prayer is doing, right? Like, I think I showed this video. What Patriot Prayer did. Like why are you doing this kind of stuff? It was a Cider Oaks. Cider House. What was this? Oh man, cider. This is the business owner that's suing. Look, this guy is suing Patriot Prayer.
You folks turned to a lawsuit against Joey Gibson and some adjacent folks in this case.
So, all right, $1 million lawsuit. Whatever it is, you doing this stuff, like, what is being accomplished by these riots? What is being accomplished by this? I want to see the full video. Cider riot. I know Joey Gibson has it up. But like, what is your goal, Gibson? Like by antagonizing Antifa, what is your goal? Getting people arrested. What is your goal? Like,
Portland bar Cider Riot has filed a lawsuit against the group Patriot Prayer.
And in the lawsuit, the owner.
Cider High. See, this is like an Antifa bar. Why are you going to their hangouts? Haley Adams is cringe. Like, just leave these people alone.
Of Cider Riot.
It's like Joker and Batman. Batman never kills a Joker because Batman needs the Joker to, they need each other. Same thing with Antifa. Like, if you left Patriot Prayer that antagonize these idiots, they wouldn't be on the news. This wouldn't happen. Nobody would give a damn about them. They'll just be, doing drugs and do whatever the hell they want.
It claims that the right-wing group has attacked his business. And
see, or at free speech, whatever. You guys were throwing stuff at his business. Pepper spraying, bear macing, and all this other stuff. And you're putting yourself in this situation. You're putting people in this situation for what?
Just last week, a brawl broke out in the street there right in front of...
Look at these street fights. For what? For what? How... Is this going to build the wall? Is it going to lock her up? What is the point of this shit? What is the point of this? And I'm speaking from experience. I used to do this stuff. It sucks. There's no reason we should keep fighting each other. Who is paying these people to keep instigating the left versus right fighting? Like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done fighting. I don't want to fight anybody. If you listen, for the past year and a half, man, liberals have been good to me. Like, I have no problems with liberals. And I don't even care if you're a liberal conservative. I just want to, we're all human beings, folks. We're all humans. Like, shit, man. And they just keep pinning us against each other. It's just... Oh, Portland Andy has the original video. My man, Portland Andy. Check. My man, Portland. I don't know if you guys saw this. Look at that. Let's go back real quick. Hold on.
Here we go. Look at this. Make me.
You need to leave. You need to leave.
Here we go.
But didn't Tiny leave?
Look at all these masks. Look, it's Antifa Communist Bar, Cider Riot, downtown Portland. Look it up. Everybody, look it up.
So why are you going to the bar, Joey Gibson?
But are they going to do anything? That's the question.
You're antagonizing them. You're antagonizing them.
Hey, I heard the Proud Boys stole your shirt. You guys used to be yellow. Isn't that true? You guys used to be yellow? Now you guys are red. What happened? Do something. Do something. Do something. Look at that. Look at it.
Is Joey Gibson saying this? Do something?
Spit on me. Spit on me. Yeah. There you go. Take that. Do something about it. Let's go.
Why is he being a tough guy?
Good fucking fake. What? Your guys spit on me. Now you got their spit. That's what the fucking do something. Fucks. Spitting. Do something. You're fucking
So
animals.
you have Antifa calling them Nazis, and then you have Joey Val dressed as a Nazi, and you have Joey Val and Paloma taking pictures together as Nazis. See the links?
Look at all these guys at their bar. Oh, these guys are so hardcore. They changed their color for Proud Boys. Do something. You got no soul.
Why does he keep saying do something?
Blue Moon's good. What's wrong? You don't like brown boys? Huh? What's wrong? You don't like brown boys? What's the matter? Stay away. Don't fucking touch anyone. Stay away. Stay away.
Damn, look at her eyes.
Don't touch me.
Oh, shit.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. That's
Oh.
cool. Don't touch me.
Ooh, bitch was mad, yo. Like,
do something.
Look at the division this is causing, man. Like, we don't need this, man. Fuck. All the,
Why you mad?
damn, this lady's ready to kill somebody, man.
That's why you're mad? Get your face now. Get your face now. You ain't tough now. You mad because you got demasked? Spit on me. Send it. Send it.
Look at this shit, man.
Fucking stand down. Stand down. Oh no! Oh no! A riot! A riot happened inside a riot. There's a riot inside a riot.
That you started,
There's
Joey
a riot
Gibson.
inside a riot.
That you started,
Oh
Joey
no!
Gibson.
There's a riot inside a riot. Oh no! Oh no! There's a riot. Oh no! Call the police. Inside a riot. There's a riot inside a riot. Watch it, watch it. Oh, they took the bait. Oh no. Oh no. Don't throw anything. Let them be violent. Let them be violent. This is inside a riot.
Look at this.
This is inside a riot. They're violent. They're hateful. This is inside a riot right here. Wasn't here riot? This is Antifa Central. Antifa Central.
Oh, they break this guy's camera here. Look.
Do something about it.
They broke his camera. Look.
Do you guys care? Do you care about Portland? Do you care? Do something. Take care of this establishment.
This is all of you. This is all of you. We're here. You came to us.
I was on a sidewalk. I was on a sidewalk, and this is how you acted. See, there's pepper spraying me. See, there's still pepper spraying me. There's still pepper spraying me. Let's go. Pepper spray me some more. Look, more. There's still pepper spraying. Look at that. Look, there's still pepper spraying.
Look at this. I don't know, folks. This is
There's still pepper spraying.
rioting stuff. I don't want to watch this anymore. It's getting me. I already saw the check. I don't even want to watch it. But what is the point of all this stuff? What is the point? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'll probably go live later. I'll let you guys know. I'll be on with a different topic or something. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Have yourselves a great day. I hope you enjoyed that entertainment. It was pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.